I am coming at you with 7 tips on how to start something new at any age, and I'm doing it by starting something new right now. I am Jenna Dexter with Total Thrive, and the new thing that I'm starting is this YouTube thing. I'm becoming like a YouTube girl. I've had a YouTube channel for several years, but it was never a place to like grow a YouTube channel. It was just a place to put stuff. It was a place to put videos that I put on my website, on social media, for my clients, etc. Now I am officially deciding that it is time to expand my influence into the YouTube community. And so thus I bring you my first official YouTube girl video coming at you. And as a life coach, and like what my whole entire thing is about is inspiring others to pursue dreams, to decide what they want to do and go after it and do it. And so I figured, what better way to do my first video than to give you 7 tips for starting your new thing, whether that's creating a YouTube channel, writing a book, starting a new ministry, starting a new career, getting certified in something. So many things you could decide that you want to venture into and do, and maybe you're just needing a little bit of inspiration, a little bit of clarity, a little bit of kick in the pants. That's what I'm here for. Kick in the pants. Okay, so without any further ado, let's get to the 7 tips. Tip number 1, which is decide. Decide what you want to do. Makes sense. But you know what? For me, it took a little bit of doing actually to arrive at YouTube. I knew that I wanted to do something to kind of go to the next level with my content creation. For a little bit there at the beginning of the year, I was all on board to write the book because the book is coming. There is going to be a book. Ultimately, I was kind of life changed. Life kind of threw me a curveball, and I just suddenly, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, could not write the book. Not right now. It's not time for the book. But you know what I could do? I could do this YouTube channel. And the idea of this lights me up. And that's one of the ways you know what it is you ought to be doing, what lights you up. Tip number 2 is to believe. I said that kind of funny. Believe. Your mindset. I mean, oh my gosh, I know there's a lot of stuff out there on mindset, but there's a reason for that because it is so dang important to whatever it is you're doing. You got to believe that you can succeed. You got to believe that you can do the thing and that you will have success, and that will drive you to keep doing the thing. Keeping the vision in front of you of the outcome that you're trying to get to. I mean, for me, I don't really necessarily have any more vision than I'm doing it. I'm doing it right now. Obviously, I want to, have a lot of subscribers, which reminds me, of course, hit subscribe. Believe in the vision, feed the vision. So actively pursue following people who have achieved the vision. Whether it's a podcast, a YouTube channel, whatever the case may be, pursue and feed, get inspired, be around support systems, maybe call your mom. If your mom's anything like my mom, all I gotta do if I need to add a girl and you can do this and I believe in you, I just gotta call my mom. So if that's you for your mom, then call your mom. Thanks, Mom. Feed your belief, feed your mindset. You can do it. Let me just tell you right now, you can do it. So go do it. Tip number 3 is to research. Now, this can take you down all kinds of rabbit trails and things that lead you to never actually doing the thing, because we can spend, let's face it, we can spend a lot of time researching this and researching that and making sure we get all our ducks in a row and we know this and we understand that and we got all the information that we could possibly gather. We could research ourselves out of ever starting the thing. So research within reason. How much do I need to really know to get started? to do this YouTube channel. I mean, you know, I've spent a lot of time on YouTube following all the people that talk about all the things that you need to be successful on YouTube. There's so much more I could learn. There's so many things that I will learn as I go. But at some point, I just had to like hit record with this thingy that just flew across the room. And this thingy is being very temperamental. It is not wanting to work. It is my little device that turns on and off my camera video recording, but it's being temperamental. It's failing me today. So yeah, I have to manually come up here and push the button. And then when I do that, it might move the camera a little bit. So if you notice that it's a little bit off sometimes and it moves, like, oh, she had to, yeah, it's because she had to push the button. Tip number 4 is to invest. So that means for me, I've literally invested in some equipment for what I'm doing. I already had some. I had some lighting. I had 2 big softbox lights. I upgraded my lighting. I'm so excited about this. I have a ring light. I have a ring light, which whether or not that's the best thing, you know, everybody's got their opinions about what the best thing. Do you see the little ring light in my eyeballs? Everybody's got their opinions about what the best thing is or not the best thing. But you know what? I just, at the end of the day, you got to make a decision. That's the whole thing about the researching and then not researching up the wazoo. Like, you know, so I researched. Ultimately, I had to make a decision. I bought the ring light, and let me tell you what a YouTube girl I feel like with my ring light, because it is such a YouTube girl thing to have a ring light. And I have one. I'm really a YouTube girl. All right, tip number 5 is to get over the fear already. Like, if you are being hesitant, you're afraid, you're like, I might fail, I might not do it so good, I might totally suck, what will people think? Whatever you got going on in your head, that kind of goes back to the believing. That tip could be part of the believing. But get over the fear. Just, what's the worst that can happen? Seriously, ask yourself that question. What's the worst that could happen? Play that scenario out in your mind. Okay, maybe that's not so bad. Because what's the best that could happen? So get over your fear. Number 6 is to make a plan. So with my venture right now, I had to, obviously there was the planning of, you know, well, there was the researching. There's a lot of researching and the purchasing of the things. And then at some point there had to be, okay, when am I going to actually start? When am I going to actually sit down and do the thing? Let's figure that out. So I started by, well, when do I want to release my first video? And so then when do I want to actually record the video? And then that had to evolve because life was evolving and things changed from what I wanted it to be. But that was okay. I am now doing the thing. So make a plan. Start at the end, perhaps, and work your way forward. What's your end goal? What steps do you need to take to make that happen? And then start implementing the plan. Which leads us to tip, I don't know, are they steps or are they tips? Number 7, start doing the thing. I mean, seriously, when I thought about what I was going to record for my first video, what my topic was going to be, and I thought, well, I might as well talk about starting a new thing. Well, what would I say other than start the thing? It reminds me of Brian Regan, the comedian, about there being, I think, three or more steps to toast a Pop-Tart. And he's like, how could there be more than one step? Toast the Pop-Tart. So obviously, at some point, you just got to start. Whether or not you feel ready, whether or not you feel completely qualified. I mean, what do I know to be telling you people all of the things? I know some things, though, and so I'm just telling you the things that I know, and I'm passing them on to you. So at some point, you start. You just start. You just say, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to take action, and I'm going to do the thing. And so that's what I'm doing right now. I started the thing. Bonus tip right here is to have fun, because if you're not having fun, why the heck are you doing it? Now, that doesn't mean that it's not always going to be fun. It's not always going to be all joy and bliss all the time. There's work, there's hard work that goes into anything meaningful and successful and all of that. But back to the deciding what you want to do. Does it light you up? Does the thought of physically doing the thing, right now I'm physically doing the thing, and you know what? I am having a good old time. Hopefully you are too, watching it. But whatever it is that you're going to put your hand to and spend your time doing, does it light you up? So the starting of this video today, to create the video, it did not go without, what's the word I'm looking for? There were issues. First of all, once I finally got everything set up exactly how I want, like, don't you love my whole little background thingy and my pretty table? I just got this table and I love it. It's exactly like a table I had until I moved into this tiny little space where the table didn't fit, but this one's smaller. I use it to work at as a desk. It's also my kitchen table. It's both things. However, after I got everything set up, I figured out my lighting with my beautiful ring light and my box light and all of my things. I don't know if it's perfect. It could be better maybe, but at some point you just got to do. That's another bonus tip, by the way. Done is better than perfect. So if it's not perfect, I'm sorry, but it's getting done. But once it was all set up and I was like, okay, I think I actually am ready to hit record and play, but I really want to paint my nails. I just, they're just pink. It's just a light little pink. It's nothing obvious. You might not have even noticed, but I noticed. And it makes me feel good. It makes me feel pretty. And I knew I was going to be talking with my hands a lot and doing all my numbers of all my tips. And so I decided I'm just going to go through it. Now that I'm done touching all of the things, let's go throw a coat of paint on. I'll sit here. I'll push my button. I'll record. All good. Until I realized I didn't have my mic on, my little lapel mic right here. I forgot to put it on before I painted my nails, which I just did. Okay, but that really wasn't that big of a deal. Let me tell you what was a big deal. What was a huge deal. I already recorded all of this, all of it in slow motion. Hey guys, So once I thought that I was all the way done, I had to start all the way over. And I'm still smiling because that's what we YouTubers girls do. But I don't know how to say that right, but that's what we YouTubers, how do you say it? Because that's what us YouTube girls do. We smile. Because who wants to watch somebody who's frowning? All right, so starting a thing doesn't always go off without a hitch, but you know what? I started it, and I thank you for being a part of the starting of my YouTube-ness. I've done it. I have started it. Yay, Jenna, YouTube girl. I have one. I'm really a YouTube girl. If you like this video, hit subscribe, share, like, and comment. Tell me what you think of the tips. Tell me what tip you're on, what step you're on towards starting your thing, and what your thing is. Hattie really thinks you should. You can do it. Let me just tell you right now, you can do it. So go do it.